Well, hello. We're going to try some more. Well, it looks like 3 minutes. I was trying to find a 5-minute game, but we're going to stick with the quick and fast. And my opponent here is playing the Black Lion, and I've just released the DVD for chess base on this setup that my opponent's playing, so I should know it pretty well, shouldn't I? And this mad G4 move that I played was an idea of Shirov's, and it's basically you give up a pawn to get your rook on this dangerous line for when black may castle. So it's an interesting idea. Okay, so I'm just going to develop as quickly as can be here. Now, if b5, I'm wondering if I can sacrifice on b5 at some point. Maybe take on e5, open up the d line. Okay, we can see what my opponent's trying to do. He's trying to bring his bishop in the game. So I'm going to take here just to open up the d line first. That makes a lot of sense to me. And now, well, okay, taking here looks natural, trying to gain as much time as I can. Of course, my opponent wants to castle here, but let's start by putting my pieces on the most aggressive squares. So that's the only piece I'm not developed, and at least here I can attack this one. Maybe I should be trying to play f4 in this position to open up some more lines. I'm going to get to 2500. I can feel it. Can you feel it? Okay, right. Now I've got a crafty idea here. Bishop here. If he goes knight takes e4, queen d8, bang! That's a move that you go bang with. You say it when you play it. Bang! Okay, so my opponent has come back to defend. And now he wants to castle, the sneaky little guy. Now I could go bishop h6, stopping him from doing that. I'm just wondering, do I have a knight b5 now? Takes, bishop takes. Wow, that's crazy. King here, bishop h. No, I can't see it working. So I'm gonna stop him castling. By the way, my mouse, you can see it should be a good mouse. And look, it's not just wireless; it does have a lead. So I have tried putting the lead in now to see if that is gonna help things somewhat. Hopefully, we're not going to get any more problems. Okay, so my opponent has, I think, defended pretty well here. But his king is still not very secure. I move my queen here to stop rook d8 and maybe to try and get my queen into c4 to target the e6 pawn. So it wasn't doing much on d2 anyway. If b5, I'm always thinking, can I take on b5? Okay, so he's gone here. And now, well, I have a couple ideas. The queen here, he's going to go king f7. I need to break through here. He's got a very solid setup. f4. He takes here. Okay, let's go for f4. This seems like the most aggressive try, and that's the way I like it, baby. Oh yeah, aggressive. Okay, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. Now it might just be ugly. Okay, right. So I was thinking e5, but knight d5. How do I continue there? I've got ideas of queen e4 and rook takes g6. Very interesting, but you can take here just in the nick of time. Okay, well I'm gonna. Well, if he goes e5, he's quite safe. Okay, well I think I have to play. What on earth has happened there? Why did you do what? Where have you gone? What's going on? I have what? What is happening? What is happening? Why does my computer say I'm going to mess you about? I'm going to do this to you, son. What's it doing? And I've got 26 seconds. That is just rude. That, oh dear, makes me angry, computer. Okay, well that's really put me in some trouble now. So because I'm gonna have to move so quick. I don't know what happened there. Anyone know what happened? I mean, okay, now I've just played a bad move because I'm getting mated as well. Bishop a3. Ah, dear. I think that was going all right. Just needed a bit more time to think in that critical position. But I always, without fail, seem to lose the first game. Now, someone in the chat did compare that to Macau Tao. Very kind of you. Thank you. I've done it again. I've done it again. I've lost the first game. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? I need to start winning the first game. You know, I'm doing the Swiss Gambit, they call it, where you lose the first game and then you try to win the next. Right, now I'm playing a line where I tend to try to get g5 in these positions. And this is a little pet line of mine. For example, h3, g5. And I've had this in a number of proper games. I think I'm the only player in the world to play this way against the so-called boring bishop b5 check Sicilian. And this is a very interesting way to make it more interesting, because he's played h3, so I have a target with g4 to attack. And if he takes here, well, this is one of the main lines. I can't remember the theory so well. This is the idea, to try and gain control of this square. So let's see how this goes. Well, I'm just going to play pawn takes, I think. And, well, unfortunately, okay, so he's gone here. Let's try to open up his king as much as I can. And now I have a nice square for my knight there. Let's move that in straight away, shall we? And so I'd love to get bishop g4 in at the right time. Maybe knight g4. But first of all, let's aim to secure this outpost on d4. Even if I get a bishop on d4, it's going to be quite dangerous for him. And it's now looking like my knight should be coming to this square. Maybe, of course, I have the ideas of knight takes e3. I have h2 check. In some positions, I'd love to play queen takes h4. But this is only going to work if I have a rook on g8. Okay, so my opponent's gone for this. But now my queen might be able to find a way into his king. His pawn takes queen h3. Looks very risky. I mean, who cares about my pieces? He can take these. I'm going to mate him. And this is going well, yeah? I mean, pawn takes weakens his king too much. And if rook takes, well, what do? He's gone pawn takes. I just did not think he'd be doing such a brazen move. Okay, well, I'm coming in with the queen. And this looks like a big attack. He can't take my knight because bishop takes will lead to checkmate. And now I'm just going to increase the pressure on g3. And I do not want to retreat in this position. I want to keep coming forwards. This is one of my mottos. Don't retreat unless you have to. If you want to play attack in chess, attack, attack, and guess what? Attack. Okay, so while castle's rook here, can I increase the pressure? I could give up more wood by playing rook takes here. Is that going to work? I don't know. I can't see it. It's annoying he has rook here. And again, this guy is defending very well. I mean, I could retreat my knight. I don't want to, though. I don't want to retreat. Retreating is for fools. I can't go here because his queen's covering it. I mean, I'm really tempted just to give this one up. But then, well, you know what? To hell with it, as they say. You know, in for a penny. Oh, no, it's doing it again. It must be my USB thing that's messing my mouse up. Must be. And, okay, this still looks dangerous, because if he takes here, I've got bishop takes, was what I calculated. Then if he puts something on e3, I take it. And if he moves his king, I mate him on f2 or h3. And, of course, my idea now, where does it... Okay, he has to give up his queen. This is looking pretty forced for him. Obviously, check. But otherwise, knight f3 check was doing a very good job. And this should now be winning. So, let's... now castle, because this defends my pawn, and maybe my rook just wants to sneak into this square. And I have, well, there we go, he resigned. That was too much for him there. What did I play last time? Well, let's go for a little bit of birds action. Reversed Dutch. Let's Dutch him up. Okay, and I'm just going to play this like a reverse Dutch. And I'm going to play this line which I've started playing recently, the Christmas tree variation, which I might do a short DVD on soon, because it strikes me as a really good line and not much theory. And that's the kind of thing I look for in chess now. I look for lines where you don't have to learn too much theory, because who on earth wants to read a whole bloody book? You know, you watch one of my DVDs, of course, but you don't want to read a whole book, do you? I don't want to read a whole book of chess. What a ridiculous idea. So I want to learn, you know, little lines my opponent will know less of. And the whole idea in the Dutch is to try and force through the move e4. Some positions Gary can bring into the action, but first of all here e4 is my main way of playing the Dutch, and this is what I always try to get in, the move e4. And later on I try to move my kingside pawns as forward as I possibly can do. But this is quite a positional line for now. E5 is quite a good move positionally that I want to play, because think of his bishop on g7. If you can make your opponent's pieces worse, it's a good idea to do that. And indeed, it's very tempting to do that now. But I'm going to play g4 first, because I want to go g5, e5. That will make sure his knight... Oh, come on, mouse. Oh, I can't believe this. I've got a nice mouse mat. I've got everything. You should not be doing this to me. Okay, so my idea here is to play against the bishop on g7, because now he can't play f6 because I've got my g pawn here, and my knight has a natural route into f6 at some moment. But I don't need to rush this. I can just play normal moves, bishop e3. I can even launch Harry, h4, h5, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish my development first. So let's get my bishop in the game. Even the endings are going to be quite good here. I mean, if he goes queen c6, I can take off queens and put a rook on d1. I'm thinking about my opponent's move. He wants to go b5, so I'm stopping that. And these pawns on b6 and c5 could be weaknesses later on because of my bishop. But now my knight comes in, and we can see my plan here. And it looks like I have everything under control, so come on, Harry. Let's open him up. Let's rip him apart over there. Okay, right. That's the idea. So h5. Okay, he's going to double on the d file. So what? He hasn't got anywhere to put his rooks on this open file. So I'm not worried about that. At the end of the day, checkmate is the end of the game. That's a good move. That is a good move from my opponent there, because he's found a nice square for his knight. And that's annoying. That's annoying, that square, actually. I maybe underestimated his knight coming in here. So I'm just going to step out the way of the knight coming there. That's a very good move. And he comes in with his knight. And now I need to... Well, I can play with a rook on d1 sensibly. I don't think I'm going to mate him on the h-file. So I'm just going to have to play like this now, positionally, and try to say that my knight is better, my pawns are better, but my opponent, to be fair to him, has coordinated his piece as well, especially this knight. I missed his knight come into the square. Okay, now knight f6 is very tempting now, but I do lose my big knight, and I have a bad bishop there. So it's something I don't want to be in a rush to play. c3, I'm going to play this first to stop his knight coming to d4 ever. And now a5 looks like a very natural move to play. My bishop's range has now increased. So actually, oh, he's got rook coming in here. This is his idea. He wants to put his rook to this square. That's an annoying idea. So okay, so let's take that one off, and at least now I can try to stop his rook coming in here to d3. That was annoying. Okay, now I'm going to go for this, because I think I get a dangerous pawn. Well, I do get a dangerous pawn, but I don't know. His knight is a very good piece, so this is double-edged position, and I need to get my pieces into the game. His knight controls everything, and my bishop is okay, but how do I get my pieces in now? Now, if I come here, I lose control of the d file, but I can try to get in here. It looks like the most aggressive move, so let's go for it. Let's move the queen here with the idea of trying to come into a8 and around the angles. His knight covers everything though, so I'm not sure. Not sure about this. Maybe equalish position, this one. Probably pretty equal, I'd say. Okay, well, I'm coming in. I'm coming in now. So he's going g5. That seems like... Oh, he wants to undermine this one. So, okay, well, I'm going to have to come here. But then he... okay, then he comes king g6. Check. Oh, I can't. Okay, I can't think. I have check here and f7. So this has to be the way to play. Let's go. Yeah, of course. The eagle has landed. That is pretty good, doesn't it? That was a good plan I came up with here. Now, I don't even need to queen straight away because this is, well, it's always nice having 2 queens, isn't it? Yes, it is. There we go. So that seemed to work quite well, that knight f6 move. I was a bit dubious about it because of my bishop, but my pawn proved to be too strong there. Okay, so I'm going to try the Dutch again. My opponent is playing an anti-Dutch system, which I've had quite a lot of experience in. This is actually a system that Magnus Carlsen has used himself against the Dutch. And my home move here is c5, trying to control the d4 square, because often they want to play d4. So by putting my 2 pawns here, I'm basically controlling this square and trying to stop him. Well, I'm actually getting space in the center here myself. Now, he might go knight h4 at the right time, and I'm just going to go for simple development. I shouldn't have anything to worry about here. I've completed my development, and he doesn't have any decent pawn breaks, does he? Because my pawn on c5 is key. Spec 2 try to go f4. This is what I'm gonna I would imagine. Okay, so he's gone for exchange of bishops. I'm quite happy about that because his bishop seemed like a strong piece, and now I'm going to keep options of castle and queen side open. So obviously the most aggressive line here would be the castle queen side, so that's the way we go. Yes, we do indeed, sir. Okay, right. Well, what's happening? Ah, interesting. Okay. That is interesting line my opponent's played. But I have knight d4, and maybe he's underestimated this knight d4 move. For example, now, if I... What do I take with here? Pawn takes... Take towards the centre. Looks like an okay move, but then he has queen h5 check in some positions. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, can I even put my king on c7? Oh no, let's castle. I don't like putting my king on funny squares. And the problem is I've lost control of this square now. Now, why is it doing this again? It must be the new USB. Look at it. I'm losing precious time. I'm not... Oh, God damn you. God damn you, mouse. God damn you, mouse. Okay, right. Don't do that when I'm short of time. Otherwise, you spend money on a mouse and it does these things to you. What is this? This is not cricket. Okay, right. Anyway, I mean, this is all right, isn't it? We can't be too unhappy about this. Yeah, you can do stuff over there, but I'm going to do stuff over there. I don't care if he takes that pawn. I'll give up my rook and checkmate the geezer. Now, one move which tactically is very tempting for me is the move e4 followed by knight e5. And, well, look, he's really, really asking for it up his bottom, isn't he? And you know what? When someone really begs it that much, you just have to oblige. You have to oblige. Okay, so let's see what this is like. I don't know if it's good, but it's interesting. Now, do I check first? Ah, if I go knight here, he goes here with the queen. That's annoying, and he swaps the queens off. Maybe my sacrifice was a load of smelly poo. Okay, come on. Let's have some faith. Let's have some faith in the smelly poo gambit. I still have an open attack. Now check queen here, rook here, takes knight here. Knight f3 is a big checkmate threat. Can he stop that? I can't see how he'll stop that. So if I can't see a defense for him, I play it. Okay, and I want to go... Oh, but I don't have a threat after queen here, do I? Because his queen is defending. No! Okay. Okay, that's annoying. I haven't got what I want here, unfortunately. And his queen defends all the key squares. I mean, f5, he puts his queen on d5, and then he attacks my rook. So bishop f4 here is a move I'm fearing. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Don't you just hate it when they play the right move? Bastard. Okay, right. Don't let the bastards get you down, they say. Oh, this has gone up the... This has gone wrong. I've thrown too much in. I've thrown too much in the fire here. that's a good lesson there. Don't sacrifice, you know, I mean, you can go with your gut instinct sometimes, but you should also calculate a little bit as well. And now with the rook coming here, I'm really lacking any compensation here. I'll keep trying, and I've got 17 seconds because of my fucking mouse. Bastard mouse. Okay. I'm gonna maybe it's the wrong bad USB thing I've got it in. Everything's perfect. Okay, right. Let's try again. 2 games all, and we're gonna do my normal now. As soon as I lose a game, that's me gone. I'm gonna go into my bedroom and cry some tears. And no one wants to see me crying, do they? That would be it's a very scary thought, that. So no, you don't want to see that. So I'm gonna try and just keep winning now. Okay, now this is the so-called Rogozin variation that my opponent has played, and he's moving very quickly. I want to control e4 while I move my knight here. Now let's take this one, force his knight back, go h4 because I love that move, and the point of h4, it defends my bishop. So now I'm hoping I've got this move e4 and my knight can come in at the correct moment. Do I play that now? Well, I don't see why not, so let's do it. And let's play in the center. My knight can come here, and if his bishop does go to g7, I'm assuming that's idea, my knight has the d6 square. And his pieces look very passive to me, the knight and bishop. So this is why when your opponent has bad development, my rooks are connected already. You know, let's throw a right hook at him. Let's do a little jab and take him down. Okay, right. So now, what plans do I have here? Well, more importantly, what does he have? Because he's so cramped here, I can't see how he's going to get out of this. I can just go rook e1, improve rook d1, maybe throw this pawn up the board. If he moves his knight, I go knight f6 check. His position looks rubbish to me, absolute rubbish. Maybe he should go h6. h6 would be a normal kind of move, and then maybe swing his queen over here. That's probably what he should do. So h6, do I have to move my bishop? Probably, but then he goes queen f5, and that's annoying. I don't really want him to pin my knight to my queen. h6, see, I don't want to go knight f6 check because I'll be forcing the exchange of his bad knight there for my one. Okay, he's played it. Yeah, okay, well, you're not supposed to play good moves. That's not really what the doctor had ordered. Yeah, see, I put my bishop here now. Now the queen comes to f5. And, well, that's a very passive retreat my opponent's play. Yeah, he's hidden a pawn, but that's not a dangerous pawn. I mean, I can even let him take that in some positions. I won't because it's my favourite pawn. But I don't think that's correct. He can go f5, I've just noticed, but he didn't play it. Probably a damn good thing as well. Okay, now he wants to go. Oh, he's getting his pieces out. I've maybe misplayed this. Come on, I don't want to lose because that's the end of my fun. That's the end of it. Okay, and I don't like my position so much now. Don't like it at all, actually. Because his bishop, my light squares, played this badly. His bishop's coming in, and fuck a duck. Okay, right. Come on, let's play. Maybe I should throw my knight in. I've got that move later. I don't want to lose. Okay, so I'm going to play quick. I know I'm giving him this pawn here. I'm not so worried about that because I'm hoping I can generate enough play and some tempos against his queen. c4 I should get back anyway. Okay, in we go, of course. And now bishop here. I have this check worst case scenario. So he's just trying to fucking mate me, isn't he? What a bastard. He shouldn't be doing things like that to me. Where did he's got no manners, this guy, trying to checkmate me. No manners at all. Okay, well, okay, I don't like it. I'm moving back here. Otherwise, I can't see how I'm going to stop some checkmate ideas. I went wrong here. I definitely went wrong, but it doesn't mean I can't recover. Bishop g7. I was going to go bishop d4, but I've seen he has rook d1. Fuck another fucking duck. That's all I can say. Right, well, I'm going to have to play some move like this so I don't put myself in a pin. And next move, go bishop d4. If I get my bishop to c3, my pieces are okay then. And of course, if he takes the knight, it's opposite coloured bishops. So, okay. Ah, is bishop there working? No, I have a check. I have a check. Of course, my bishop's very strong here. This is not so bad. This is not so bad. My bishop has now found a good, stable square. And, okay, he wants to go b4 and unstabilize my piece. So I'll go here first. I expect he'll put his pawn here. And now I want to keep my knight on this square, that's for sure. I don't want to move this knight. I like my knight being there. It creates back rank threats. My pieces are active. Don't think this is so bad for me, actually. And I may be winning a pawn back. Now, I had to play rook here so I could have rook takes. Otherwise, my position is... Can I go here? Let's go here. I mean, it does put it on a light square. And, okay, I don't want to exchange off my knight again because it makes his position a bit easier to defend. So let's now use my pawns. I have a check at the back rank now. Now, if I get my rook here, that'd be lovely. Okay, can I get my rook to a more active square? Well, king needs to come into play. He's going to go here, check, but I have a check of my own at some point with a knight. I have a nice check here. Okay, he's managed to swap off. That's not such a problem. Not such a problem. My knight is strong. Time, though. Time. Don't mess me about now, boy. Okay, he's going for tricks. My king is in a bad square, but he's going to come forwards. Let's go active as we possibly can. Come on, king. Be brave, son. Be brave. Be brave. Okay, and now, come on, in we go. In we go. In we go. Yeah. Well, I think I sort of was taking control of that one anyway, even though he lost on time. Now, let's avoid this anti-Dutch line and just play d6 for a change. Lots of ideas here. I can go back into Sicilian now. We can get this maybe g5 line in some situations. So my opponent is playing an old line of Basman's. You don't take that pawn. Queen a4 check would have been bad there. So can't remember the theory on this. It's quite a quiet line. So the action is going to happen later on in this one. And he wants to go d4. This is the idea of the setup that my opponent's played, but I get d5 in, so I should be reasonably okay here. He'll probably go e5 and d4, something like this. Doesn't really worry me. My knight, maybe I can go f6 like a normal French. But first of all, okay, that's surprising. I'm surprised he took with a knight. So I'm just going to now reroute my pieces. Well, if I go... okay, that's not such a stupid move he played. Okay, now the knight needs to be freed up. I want to get my knight to c6, and I don't like the move e6, so hence why I've moved my bishop here. And maybe bishop g4 to come. Okay. So is he going to go e6 here? Is he going to play e6? That's the move I'm worried about, you see. Well, let's find out. e6 is certainly the move that concerns me. No, he's going for a very simple bishop h6 plan. Okay. And let's... do I put my bishop out first or not? No, I'm gonna force some exchanges here. Bishop h6 is coming, of course. My king could be weak, so I need to create some play somewhere. Not sure where at the moment. So I think I'm gonna get his pawn to this square. So at least I have the open C line to try and concentrate on. My knight's quite good here. He's a good defender. Okay, well, we know what he's doing. He's coming over here, and I've got to now concentrate my forces on, of course, the queen side. So, okay, I still think I'm holding up things quite nicely there. Now, generally, this bishop is a very bad piece in the French, and this is basically a French defense pawn structure. So I'm going to swap it off now. It wasn't doing anything on d7. Swap off my bad pieces. As long as my knight stays here, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay here. It would have been lovely if I could have played bishop g4 in last move, but bishops can't jump as far as I know. Not yet, anyway. Not where I come from. So, okay, we'll just do this. Swap off the bishops. And try to avoid getting mated over here. But how's he going to mate me? He needs to get his queen in. My pawn on e7 defends the f6 square. I think I'm a bit better here. I would say I'm a bit better here. Okay. So now how do I improve though? How do I improve my structure here? He wants to swap off all the rooks. Then I could have a problem with the back rank, because that is the idea. Takes. We'll have some ending then, won't we? F6 is a really... I'm going to play this. I'm a bit doubtful, but I want to have the f7 square for my king for the ending, and it looks like the ending might be coming a bit nearer now. I don't know if f5 was better. Maybe f5 was a better way to play this. Okay, and I thought this ending should be about equal. Now his king's going to come in if I do this. Okay, I don't want to put my pawn onto the c6 square because that could be weak later on. And in the ending, if he takes the queens off, we can see my king has this natural way forwards. Okay, I had the c file. This has got to be good, and let's use it. Let's bring my queen in on that active file. And again, I feel like it should be a bit better here because of my queen. And I'm not sure what my opponent's plan is. I have queen e4. Now I could exchange queens, and that should be a very nice position for me. But I also have ideas of keeping the queens on. Oh, he can take here. That's annoying. He can take this one, and I have to take my king. Didn't want to do that. Because if I take with a pawn, he comes down and takes with check on this square, and that's something I didn't want to allow. Okay, now he didn't do it. He's not threatening to take here because he loses a pawn. So I'm not sure what my opponent's next move is. I'm going to advance my pawns over here. And, well, you can play this, but I think this pawn is in danger. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe I should just take in that one. There's time as well. I'm playing a little bit against his time here. I'm hoping his pawn is not going to be strong, but instead it's going to be weak. So he's going to aim. He's aiming for that one. Okay. And let's see what this is like. And my king, very quick. He has a potential outside pass pawn. That's a bit worrying. But I'm going to use... This is what I'm a little bit worried about. His pawn's coming up the board here. Now, let's do this one, which looks illogical. Now, can I take here? Takes there. Oh, this is really hard to work out. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I can, you see. Because his king comes in really quickly. Fuck, I don't think I could. Shit! Motherfucker. Oh, yeah, of course. Never a worry. Never a worry. Well, that was a badly played ending. Not normally my strong points, I have to say. But, okay, well, you know, if he spent so much time earlier on, that's what happens in Blitz, isn't it? And I think he's gone. And I think that's me probably gone for today as well. So thank you for tuning in to a bit more Blitz. I'm trying to get a 5-minute game going on. But it's quite hard to actually find someone to play 5 minutes. I'll probably enter a 5-minute tournament when I've got a bit more time. I have to get a bit of work done this weekend at the moment so far. So anyway, cheers for tuning in. Please like, please subscribe, and do all that stuff. Goodbye for now.